All right, welcome to the grand opening of Tesla Global Engineering Headquarters. In fact, we have now 48,000 employees in California. And we're the biggest manufacturing employer in the state by a factor of 2. The sheer number of articles saying this was impossible is insane. And that's why we specialize in making the impossible merely late. Looking forward to on Investor Day on March 1st, coming up soon. And it's going to be sort of Investor Day that is not just for Tesla investors, but kind of like investors in Earth, and just sort of explaining how we get to a fully sustainable energy future, and that people should have optimism and hope for the future. That we shouldn't be complacent, but they should not feel that there's no hope for the future, because there absolutely is. And along with the rest of industry, we're going to make it happen.
In this video, Tesla opens a new engineering headquarters in Commifornia, and the fake news gets it completely and utterly wrong again. Plus, Tesla continues to dominate as the so-called competition repeatedly shits the bed. No, really. And strangely, all the technical analysis I did recently that told me Tesla stock was going below $69 per share has yet to play out, but don't worry. After selling all my Tesla stock so I could buy back at much cheaper prices, I'm not panicking yet. It was definitely the right decision. It's just a matter of time, right? The chart told me so. That's why I sold near $100. I didn't make a mistake, did I? No, you can't be wrong. The chart always knows what's right. Now, if you guys haven't already signed up for my technical anal cyst course, wait, did I pronounce that right? Technical anal cyst? Yeah, no, that's right. If you haven't, you should, because technical analysis makes sense. That's why I knew ahead of time that Tesla stock would crash in 2023. That's why I sold around here at $108 per share. And as you can see, it's crashed 80s. Oh, wait, no, it's up 80s. Oh, that's awkward. Hey, editor, cut that out. I don't want to look like a moron. Yeah, sorry, guys. I probably should have prepared a bit more, and that's embarrassing. I didn't realize Tesla stock's nearly doubled this year. But it's okay, because, I mean, the chart still told me it's going to go lower. It's definitely under $69 per share. It's just a slight delay. That's all. Nothing to worry about. I mean, hey, plus, it's not like anyone could have seen this coming anyway. I mean, who would have thought Tesla would nearly double in the span of less than 2 months from near 2-year lows, when its valuation was cheaper on a forward PE basis than Coke, Chipotle and Pepsi? I mean, no one could have seen that coming, so don't worry. By the way, sign up for my technical anal cyst course in the link in the pinned comment, because I kind of need the money because I sold my Tesla stock, so I might need more money so I can buy it back at twice the price. Because I'm just kidding, don't worry, it's definitely going to crash. I'm just still waiting. Oh, and just to prove that I'm always right and I never make mistakes and I know exactly what's going to happen to stocks ahead of time. No, really. Here's a tweet I posted. Imagine that. 3 years ago, February 2020. Just published my 3-year Tesla stock price target. Well, hang on a minute. If it's 3 years after I published this, let's see what I had to say. This was a very serious tweet after all, and just in case you're new around here, or a disingenuous, confused admirer who thinks they're a hater, and want to conveniently forget stock splits, there's been 2 of them since this was posted. We first need to divide by 5 for the 5-for-1 split, and then by 3 for the 3-for-1 split, so keep that in mind, unless you want to pretend that I'm an idiot and distort the facts, because that'll paint a different narrative. What did I have to say? What was my 3-year price target for Tesla stock 3 years ago? So at the time, split adjusted, Tesla stock was $49 per share. Let's see what I had to say with this very serious 3-year price target. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I noticed there's no commentary on this video. What's going on here? Oh, I see. The numbers have changed on the side. So that's 3,000 up the top there. Oh, and I think I was implying that it's going to be volatile. Oh, I see. So 3,000. I'm not very good at math. Let's divide 3,000 by 5. That'd be 600, and divide 600 by 3, that would be 200. And Tesla stock is currently $202 per share. Therefore, I'm a genius. I always call the top and bottom. You're a loser because you're not me. So as I said, you can sign up to my technical anal cyst course with the link in the pinned comment, because I really need the money so I can buy back Tesla stock under $69 per share when it crashes soon. All right, I swear, I'm done roasting for now. I also forgot to mention, a ton of super spicy, cancel-worthy content has been dropping over on Patreon. So if you're not a member and you're not easily offended, or you'd like to get offended and feel I'm the man to do it, head over to Patreon with the link in the pinned comment. There's now almost 300 exclusive videos, and counting fast. And now to the ever-reliable, never wrong, completely accurate fake news, purveyors of the one true narrative, as we can see here. According to The Hill, Tesla HQ is in headquarters, leaving Texas to return to Commifornia, Musk announces. Here's another one. Tesla HQ to return to Commifornia, Musk announces. Tesla is returning to California, Elon Musk announced during a joint press conference, blah, 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 blah. So, according to the fake news, Tesla is now moving the headquarters from Texas back to California. But that's not actually what's happening. Let's hear from the horse's mouth.
All right, welcome to the grand opening of Tesla Global Engineering Headquarters. This is definitely the wildest party I've ever seen in Palo Alto. Like next level. So I hope you all have a great time here tonight, and I'm excited to share some updates. This year will be the 20th year of the creation since the creation of Tesla.
Fun fact, many people watching this channel are younger than Tesla. Let me know in the comments below if you're among them.
So it's pretty wild to think what's happened in 2 decades, from basically a test ride in the AC propulsion T0 to now making, now we have millions of cars on the road, and we've got several models. We've got the Cybertruck coming out later this year, which is going to be epic. And I think we've got a whole bunch of Cybertruck pre-production units that you can check out. So it's going to be an amazing car, something that's going to change the look of the roads. Yeah, it's going to be great. So we've got developing Optimus here. We're really building a better future for humanity right here in Palo Alto. So I'm just reflecting on the immense amount of stuff that has happened in the last 20 years. It's like, whoa. So, in fact, we have now 48,000 employees in California. And we're the biggest manufacturing employer in the state by a factor of 2.
That's right, Tesla now officially employing almost 50,000 Californians. This all in spite of California's horrible treatment of both Tesla and Elon Musk. Remember the fascist shutdowns of their Fremont factory? I do. In fact, I called this out specifically, and a bunch of people, and I mean thousands of people, instantly rage quit the channel because I wanted their grandmother to die. Hopefully none of those morons ever return to this channel, because people that are that stupid don't belong here. I said that, and I mean that. Anyone remember this pile of human excrement? I sure do. This tweet on the 10th of May 2020. Fuck Elon Musk. This is a Californian Democrat, former assemblywoman, who out of interest, let's just have a quick look here. Leader of California Labor. Did we just not hear Tesla's employing almost 50,000 people? Isn't that Californian Labor? Interesting. Let's keep digging. Maybe we'll find something out here. Oh, hashtag unionize California. Hashtag union strong. This wonderful specimen of the bottom 0.1% of humanity isn't in the bed of unions, and that wouldn't be why she said fuck Elon Musk, right? Nothing to do with it, total coincidence. Think about this for a moment though, for real. At the time of this tweet, this silly tweets fuck Elon Musk, one of the most important employers in California. Next minute, Tesla moves their headquarters out of Commifornia to somewhere that's more supportive and less corrupt.
Fremont Manufacturing is the biggest automotive plant in North America, highest output. Just a hand to the Fremont team. So it's pretty incredible what the Tesla Fremont Manufacturing is producing. It's an incredible number of vehicles. So and running 24/7. It's incredible. And then last year, the Model Y and Model 3 were the number 1 and number 2 best-selling cars in the state of California. So yes. Now, when we started out, and actually for many years, they said what we were doing was impossible. Then when we weren't quite on schedule, they were saying we're just late, and that's why we specialize in making the impossible merely late.
That's actually pretty funny.
So the sheer number of articles saying this was impossible is insane. So, and I think we've also done a lot to get the whole industry and Earth thinking in the direction of electric vehicles. We open sourced our patents, made our patents available, and have really tried everything we can to encourage the rest of industry to move towards sustainability. And that's thanks to all of your hard work. So my hat is off to you. Yeah. Yeah, and it's, when we started out, no one believed in EVs. No one was producing EVs, and now the industry has accepted that electric vehicles are the future. So it's pretty wild. So yeah, we've got obviously. So this is our global engineering headquarters. We've got a gigantic manufacturing facility in Fremont. We've got Lathrop. We've got a big center in Los Angeles and also operations in San Diego. So throughout the state, and doing software and hardware. And I often say Tesla is as much a software company as it is a hardware company. We're doing a lot. We got the stationary storage, So we're looking forward to on Investor Day on March 1st coming up soon. And it's going to be sort of Investor Day that is not just for Tesla investors, but kind of like investors in Earth, and just sort of explaining how we get to a fully sustainable energy future, and that people should have optimism and hope for the future. That we shouldn't be complacent, but they should not feel that there's no hope for the future, because there absolutely is, and along with the rest of industry, we're going to make it happen. So believe in the future. Yeah, so you can see we have a lot of people here, and so although we are obviously expanding in many parts of the world, we've continued to expand in California the entire time. So. Every year we've grown our headcount in California significantly, and we expect that to continue in the future. And have invested $5 billion since 2016. So, and right now we're doing almost $45 million per day of value creation in the California economy. So, yeah. And this is our cool new Tesla Engineering HQ. Now, the thing that I think is really, warms my heart and I think is pretty incredible is that this is Hewlett-Packard's original headquarters. So this is where they created Hewlett-Packard, which was really the foundation of Silicon Valley. And so we're, I think, inheriting an incredible legacy here, and also they did really good. Great decor. So we're quite appreciative of this nice place, and but I think it's pretty. It's a nice sort of poetic transition from HP to Tesla, and we obviously intend to keep carrying that torch forward. So, yeah. Yeah, that's 2008, I guess, 15 years ago. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic time tonight. Welcome to our new global engineering headquarters, and it's going to be epic. We're going to build the future here. Thank you.
So, some good news for Commifornia here. Despite their best efforts to push Tesla out of the state, Tesla is at least attempting to recruit some of the remaining talent in Silicon Valley at the new engineering headquarters. And now on to Tesla's so-called competition.
Joining us now, former Ford CEO Mark Fields, who is also a CNBC contributor. It's a good week to have you, Mark. What have you learned from some of these earnings results, especially the smaller player EVs that are disappointing?
Hi, Sarah. Well, when you look at the smaller EV players, let's use Lucid as an example. I think the script has flipped now, where in Lucid's case and in some of these other smaller manufacturers of EVs, it's gone from a production challenge to a demand challenge. If you look at Lucid, the product is really good. But at the end of the day, even though their revenues were up a significant amount versus last year because they were producing cars this quarter, it was still well off what the street was expecting. So those big revenue misses really kind of augur for issues around demand. They've had to put some incentives, what they call credit, on some of their vehicles. And their deliveries to production actually was quite low for the quarter. They only delivered about 55% of the vehicles that they produced.
This is as accurate as it is worrying for Lucid the company and Lucid shareholders. The company fell catastrophically short of their initial production and delivery goal for 2022. They're now aiming in 2023 to deliver about half as many vehicles as they were saying they would deliver in 2022. And yet we heard on the earnings call some commentary from Pete Rawlinson and others. Lucid is now focused on stimulating demand. It appears at their current price points, even though their vehicles are quite decent, there isn't enough demand to sell through their catastrophically low production. What the fuck happens when they actually start ramping up more? I mean, seriously, this is a big problem. We are seeing the competition come all over itself.
So I think overall it says, for the smaller players, how fast is the market going to grow? What's the demand for their vehicles at very high price levels? Because the market, for example, for Lucid at the $85,000 to $150,000 range, that's not a very big market. And you have some very established players like Mercedes and BMW launching products. So it's only going to get tougher.
So what happens to these companies? Do they get bought? What's your prediction?
Well, one thing's for sure, these companies are going to continue to need capital to grow their businesses. In the case of Lucid, I think they reported about $4.5 billion worth of cash on their balance sheet, which was down versus the previous quarter, and they had to raise equity in the fourth quarter. So I think what you're going to see is a lot of these companies are going to have to go back to the markets or to other investors to continue to get capital to grow their businesses. And in some cases, these businesses will move along, but they're going to have to prove to investors in the street that they can get to sustained profitability. Some will succeed, but I think some will fail and have to be bought by maybe some of the larger players.
Allow me to explain the EV startup death spiral. It goes like this. Oh, we're very smart. Elon's dumb. Let's ignore everything he said. Production's easy. Fast forward a few months or even years, and these companies begin to realize that maybe Elon was right and maybe production is hard. As they continue to burn through billions of dollars every quarter, learning that production's hard, they realize they need to raise more capital. So they go back to market, they issue new stock, they dilute shareholders, they raise debt, they borrow more money to continue to sustain their losses as they attempt to ramp up production. So here's where the death spiral starts. When these companies go back to market, they need to raise more capital, they need more money. Those lending said money think, are they going to repay this money? Let me just check. And they realize, they're burning through a lot more money than they thought they would. Turns out production is hard. Should we give them the money? Yeah, we'll give them the money, but at a much higher interest rate. One way or another, as these companies struggle and need more money, the money becomes more expensive and more difficult to obtain. That's the death spiral, right? We need more money. Hey, can we get more money? Well, you can, but you're going to pay a lot for it. Or no, you can't get more money. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. That is the EV startup death spiral. Not only is production hard, but very fucking expensive. A lesson Lucid appear to be learning a little late.
And Mark, you and I have spoken in recent weeks about sticker shock to some degree as consumers begin to experiment or at least investigate EVs. It's not like pricing is going to be a more fertile environment for some of these players.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, a EV costs about 20 to 25% more than an internal combustion engine product. And an environment, particularly an economic environment where consumers, their budgets are stretched for the months. The key is for these manufacturers that are producing EVs is to come out with EVs that consumers can afford, and you can get that mass adoption. GM is coming out with a number of products this year in the $30,000 to $40,000 range. But for these smaller companies where they're in the very high pricing range, that is a difficult task as you're trying to grow the business and need CapEx to build facilities and continue to invest in your product.
So does it mean that Tesla is still the rabbit that everybody chases because of their cost advantage, because of the money they save on things like marketing and dealer networks?
Yeah, I think Tesla is still the benchmark here in the EV market. I think, one of their very smart moves that they made early on was to go for pretty much almost full vertical integration where they can control, they're the master of their own destiny of costs, literally, and a lot of the large amounts of value of the material that goes into their products. When you combine that with their brand, which is held in high regard, they're a first mover, they tend to get a price premium. They continue to be in the lead, and we'll see next week when they have their investor day how they're going to continue to move the business forward. But I think every automaker still benchmarks Tesla as the leader at this point.
He's right. Oh, and speaking of leaders, I guess if there's leaders, then that also means there's followers and or losers and or a bunch of companies that are probably going bankrupt. In totally unrelated matters, I've got an update about Lordstown Motors. If you're a long-term viewer of this channel, you may recall me repeatedly covering Lordstown Motors. I was pretty direct, this company's fucked. We've got fraudulent pre-orders, the bell curve is real, literally every single person who owns this stock is a literal fucking moron and there's no other possible explanation. I began banging the drum back in March 2021. Lordstown Motors stock since then down more than 90%. Who could have seen this coming? Well, we have an update a couple of years later. We're over on the Reuters website. Electric truck maker Lordstown, sorry, did I say that right? Yeah, no, I did. Pauses production and deliveries. It gets better. It gets much fucking better. Lordstown Motors will temporarily stop production and deliveries of its pickup truck Endurance, of which it has only made 31. Oh man, bro, I called this so many fucking times. Which has only made 31 units for sale. 31 units for sale. I think your mum's banged more men in the last month than they've made units for sale in the entire company history. That was a bit rude. I probably overestimated the number. Citing performance and quality issues with some components. Shares tumbled 11.8% to $1.08 in early trading on Thursday after the company also said it would voluntarily recall 19 vehicles delivered. So, all right, so let's just figure this out here. 31 vehicles produced in total. It appears 19 of them are actually in customer hands, although some of those are being used internally, so less than 19, but let's be generous and assume all 19 of these are actual customers and none of them being used internally. I don't know what's worse, only producing 31 vehicles, the fact that of those, they've sold less than 20 of them, and the fact that they're recalling all 19 vehicles they've sold to customers. Something production is, what's that word again? Production is, can't remember. Someone let me know in the comments below. What comes after production is? Lordstown had set a target to deliver 50 vehicles in 2022 and more in 2023 out of the planned first batch of 500 units when commercial production started in September. So, are there any key lessons, any takeaways from today's video? Well, yes, there are. Who would have thought? Turns out that production is hard after all. And I do need to remind you guys, yeah, I am still batting 1,000. I called Lordstown, I called Nikola, I called Lucid, I called Tesla. And it also appears that I was on the fucking money when it comes to Athletic Greens AG1. Day after day, I continue to see comments here on YouTube, my Twitter DMs, and over on Patreon from people that have taken me up on the offer to get a 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 and K2 by using a link in the pinned comment or heading to athleticgreens.com/SMR. In fact, let's read some of those comments right now. Been taking AG1 daily and realized I fall asleep better and faster, feel more focused, and have better digestion. Thanks, Stephen. You're welcome, random commenter. After taking AG1 for about 45 days, I honestly can't remember feeling this well, both physically and mentally, ever. Mate, don't look at me, I'm just reading the comments here. Another great video regarding Athletic Greens. I've now been taking it for around 3 weeks. I decided to try it after hearing you mention tiredness in the afternoons, which is something that has been plaguing me since late summer 2022. In the second week of taking AG1, I suddenly realized that the tiredness in the afternoons had gone. I'm also finding myself much more alert and active. I've been drinking AG1 since early January and my fatigue has dramatically decreased and my energy, but possibly more importantly, my motivation has increased. I'm so much more productive. Thanks, Stephen. You're welcome. And one more for good measure. I got AG1 like 2 weeks ago and it is serious. I almost instantly, within 2 to 3 days, got way more energy, better mood, and workouts seem to be doing more and easier. I feel great. Hopefully it continues. Spoiler alert, it will. At least it did in my case. That's why I'm still drinking it every day. It's been almost 2 years. I'm not going to stop. So just to recap, I called Tesla, Nikola, Lordstown, and Lucid. And it looks like I called AG1 as well. Some of you might be thinking, Stephen, you're so fucking arrogant, dude. And I would say, is it arrogant if I'm just being honest? I don't know the answer to that question, but I am just being honest. As crazy as this sounds, these testimonials from viewers of the channel who've taken me up on the offer, 3-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2, have been taking Athletic Greens. Is it just a coincidence that they're all feeling and performing better, more energy, better mood, better sleep, better workout capacity, better digestion? Or is it possible that's exactly what this product does? Athletic Greens AG1 is a fantastic daily habit. Takes 1 minute in the morning, fill in nutritional gaps, get 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, probiotics, prebiotics, and digestive enzymes, plus adaptogens. It promotes gut health, supports immunity, boosts energy, and loads more. And I do speak from personal experience. As we've seen, you don't even need to take my word for it. Enough people have taken me up on this offer now that I'm getting a ton of feedback, all positive. It's almost as if this stuff does exactly what it says it's going to do. With a 90-day money-back guarantee and endless testimonials, which we've just run through. For the remaining skeptics, I just have one question. What's holding you back? I mean, I think it's about time, but only you can answer why you're putting this obstacle in front of yourself. Maybe you don't want to feel and perform your best. Maybe that would take away your last excuse for why you're not where you want to be in life. Something to consider. Just quietly, this will probably help you feel and perform better. 90-day money-back guarantee, not much to lose there. Just about everyone watching this channel understands investing and understands risk-reward. Incredible results, and you're not even needing to take my word for it. Just listen to people viewing this channel. I've got to say, the risk-reward with AG1 seems quite compelling. I think it's time to stop holding yourself back. Head to athleticgreens.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and let me know how you're feeling in a few weeks. And don't forget, I've been dropping a load of super spicy content exclusively on Patreon very recently. Most of it should come with a trigger warning. If you think you can handle it, use a link in the pinned comment to join Patreon now. However, if you are a sensitive snowflake, you're not going to like it. You'll get mad, like real fucking mad. So if you think you can handle it, see you over on Patreon. Love ya.